Welcome to A Quest for Metal and welcome to another tier list. So we are ranking the second wave black metal bands. That's correct. The classic second wave ones. We're going to be ranking them from my least favourite all the way to my favourite. So you can see them here. So I want you guys to play along at home. What's your favourite? What's your least favourite? What ones tickle your fancy? What ones don't? Let me know down below. And let's get stuck in because it's going to be a fun one and also going to be a hard one. So looking at these, let's see if I can instantly find a least favourite. Because then it makes it harder, makes it easier, for the rest of it. And I think I found one. Satyricon is my least favourite. There's a reason why I haven't ranked them just yet. A lot of their albums just kind of don't do much for me, personally. The later era Satyricon albums, the early stuff's goated. But the later stuff is just doesn't do much for me. Sorry. We'll get into that. I will rank them eventually, just not yet. Just not yet. For me, looking at this list, it's easily my least favorite. It's got to be last, I'm afraid. Sorry, Satyricon fans. I still like the band. It's just, that mid-era. Ooh, that's painful. Now let's talk about Mayhem. Mayhem. I'm going to put Mayhem into B tier. You think, oh shit, it should be SA or favourite. What's going on? Mayhem's great. Mayhem is an influential band. It is the band that most people get into when they start hearing about black metal, De Mysterious, Death Crush, all this cool shit. There is other good stuff aside from that. Damon is an amazing album. Chimera is underrated as fuck. That's a great album, but I'm not a big fan of Grand Declaration of War. It's a bit too weird. Ordo is a bit weird as well, and Esoteric's fine. So overall, the discography is a bit hit and miss. Not quite consistent with some of the other peers. So yeah, B tier. Classic band, definitely have it high, but just sound-wise for me, that's not what I want to listen to, really. Marduk, on the other hand, is an A tier. I'm actually wearing a Marduk shirt now. Panzer Division fucking Marduk. Marduk is very consistent. Every album, aside from Victoria, for me, is killer. They have they have a death metal album first, which is kind of like Dark Throne. They got the death metal stuff, they got the more heavy, hard-hitting, fast as fuck stuff, like Panzer Division and Plague Angel and Nightwing. Then they got the more kind of melodic black, fun stuff like Opus Nocturne and stuff like that. Heaven Shall Burn's a crazy one. So there's so many albums to choose from for Marduk. It's an A tier for me. I actually like it more than Mayhem. Emperor is next, and that's an S tier. Emperor's an S tier for me. All 4 albums are killer. Prometheus, some people say, too proggy. Well, they can stick this finger in their eye, and then in their ass, and then wiggle it around. I love Emperor. The sound, it's symphonic metal perfection. Emperor is. Isan's vocals are crazy, and I love them to pieces. Now, looking at the next one, I'm trying to see if I can see a favourite, or else it's gonna be, maybe it will be them. Shit, this is gonna be hard, man. I might change my, fuck, damn it, balls, sick, okay. And here we go, Burzum time. On this list is favourite. Burzum is favourite on this list. They're the band that got me into black metal. Philosophum, seminal album for me. Hiviz, classic. Belus, classic. I love Belus. That's underrated as shit. Go listen to Belus again. Banger of an album. Det Song Angavar. The EP. The Debute's my favourite album by the band. Fallen's cool as well. Yeah, it's my favourite. It's my favourite. I like the sound, kind of atmospheric sound. Some kind of DSBM style of fuzz on it as well. It's my favourite. It's Vargy Varg. Dark Throne is next, and that's Instant S. Instant S for Dark Throne. Panzerfaust, beautiful album. The Unholy Trilogy, even the Death album that they did is great. The newer stuff's great. Arctic Thunder. Yeah, Dark Throne. Very consistent. The mid-era I'm not a big fan of, but doesn't take away from all the amazing stuff. All of the amazing stuff. Whereas Satyricon doesn't have as big a selection to choose from. Enslaved is, yes, S tier. Enslaved's probably there for me. I love Enslaved so much. The King Laveldi, what a beautiful album. Frost, and then you have the more proggy stuff, Below the Lights, and Ian, and it's so good. Ritter. I love Enslaved so fucking much. S tier album, easily. Gorgoroth is next, and that's probably a C tier for me. It's probably a C tier for me. I enjoy Pest vocals a lot. Pest, like the Pest era of Gorgoroth, holy shit, hat. But Gar stuff doesn't interest me that much. It's good, it's fine, but it's nothing special for me. So Gorgoroth is going to go into the C tier. Not quite as good as any of these, just for me anyway. And I got into them a lot later. Like I was listening to Mayhem, Marduk, and Emperor way before Gorgoroth, so maybe that paints a picture as well. Immortal is next. Immortal's going to go into A. Most of their albums are really goddamn good. It's more on the melodic side of black metal, which I actually prefer the more raw and like the proggy and the symphonic and stuff to the melodic, but they do it well. At the Heart of Winter is a slammer. It's a slammer. Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism is so good, and I need that on CD. I don't know why I don't have that yet. What's wrong with you? Immortal's great. Speaking of melodic black, Dissection is next, and I prefer Dissection to Immortal. They don't have as much albums, but I do think the melodies and stuff, well, they're better. So I'll put it there at the moment. Into A, very good. Much rather listen to Dissection album than Mayhem or Gorgoroth at the moment, but yeah. Dark Funeral. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? I'll put you in B, next to Mayhem. I actually really like Dark Funeral. I know a lot of people say that it's like generic or whatever, and sure, a lot of the songs sound similar and the whole aesthetic and stuff, but I've seen them live. They were good, but on record they're better. Secrets of the Black Arts is amazing, and I love the more catchy stuff. Vibiscum Satanis, is that what it's called? Such a good album. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a fine band. I don't see the hate. Bathory. Straight into favourite. Shit, I didn't even see Bathory there. Bathory's top of S. It's so good. The first, 4 or 5 albums, goated as fuck. Hammerheart's great as well. I even love, Nordland 1 and 2. It's so good. This band is so good. I almost want to put it higher than... almost want to put it into favourite tier. But Burzum got me into it, so it's hard to beat. Bathory is S+, pretty much for me. Love them so much, and it's S tier. Borknagar is next. Borknagar are more on the proggy black kind of side of things, and I do love them a lot. Where am I going to put them? I'll put them into A. I like Borknagar a lot. Very interesting. Kind of on, a parallel to, Opeth, but with black metal. I know Enslaved kind of does that as well, but Borknagar does it, and the icy cold feeling you get in the songs is so good. So Borknagar's an A. Carpathian Forest, for me, is probably a C tier. I've never been big into Carpathian Forest. I do like the demo album. I forgot what it's called. The one with the castle in the Misty Mountains. That's a great album. But a lot of the others, Black Shining Leather or whatever it is, it's fine. It's nothing special. It's probably the same as Gorgoroth. C means good, by the way. No, it's if I don't have a D or an F, I like all these bands. But for me, this is on the weaker side of things. I think I do prefer Gorgoroth over it. So, C tier. Cradle of Filth. I can't. I like Cradle of Filth a lot. I have a poster of Cradle of Filth right there. I know it's sacrilege to have it higher than Marduk and Mayhem, but this is a list of my favourites. And Cradle's one of my favourites, who actually, I say Burzum got me into black metal, and technically they did, but Cradle got me into extreme metal and Burzum, so without Cradle, I wouldn't listen to Burzum. So yeah, I like every single album. Even Manticore and Other Horrors now is great, so fucking, it's good. Dimmu Borgir. Probably put there in C tier. I enjoy them, just not as much as any of the others so far. It is on a similar scale of Cradle of Filth, the symphonic black metal, but I just feel like Cradle just has a stronger discography, especially later. The newer Cradle albums are really good. Like, they're really good, and I even love, like, phonography and stuff. Dimmer's ones, I really like Enthroned Darkness Triumphant. That's a classic album. Puritanical whatever. The titty one. And Stormblast is cool, and Thrall's Tid. So, it's strong, but just not as strong as, like, these others. I'm sorry. Rotting Christ is a cool one. Where am I going to put Rotting Christ? I'll probably put them here, top of B, which probably going to trigger everyone, but I like Rotting Christ a lot. The early albums like Non Servium and Thy Mighty Contract, which is my favourite, fucking love it, and also the Triarchy of the Lost Lovers. Some of the others are kind of air. Later on in their career, they kind of went downhill, so really, if I'm talking about discographies unbiasedly, like Mayhem and Rotten Christ, they're kind of up and down, so they're going to be on the same level. Sacramentum, more the melodic kind of stuff. I like them. They're good. They got a lot of good albums. Probably put them on par with Dark Funeral. Probably like them about the same. I might like Dark a bit more just because I listen to the band more than Sacramentum. But I like them. Not my style of black metal, but they're good. Samael. This is the early stuff like Blood Ritual and stuff. Classic black metal. Then they went into industrial stuff, and I still love it. Like, I saw Samael live recently, and the industrial stuff was so fucking good. Like, the lights and the headbangingness. Oh, he was so into it. I love it. But, where am I going to put it? This is hard. I'm going to put it in B as well, you know? I'm going to put it in B. I would rather put on an industrial Samael album over Gorgoroth, really, to be honest, I would. And that's how it's going to go. Ulva. If we're talking about the first 3 albums, it'll be like S tier. But we're not. We're talking about Ulva as a whole. So, it would probably be like C, to be honest. Like, 3 albums out of, what, 20? I can't realistically put it higher. I love those first 3 albums as well. They'd be S tier. But, as a whole, C. Someone's going to skip through this, see that I've put Ulva in C and be like, oh, you hate Ulva. Rah. Shut up. I like Ulva. I just don't like the direction they went after the first 3 albums. So, yeah. Windir, on the other hand, I almost put into favourite. I'm struggling between these two, to be honest, for favourite. And I'm actually going to fucking do it. Oh, the crowd goes wild. Yeah. Windir's knocking Burzum out. This is how it goes. This is how it fucking goes. Burzum was my favourite for a long time. Windir has come in, like, those albums are just masterful. They just... perfect. Similar sound to the Ulva early ones, but... I fucking love them. Art Nor, a warrior, oh my god. 1184, it's perfect. So there we go. Those are the second wave black metal bands ranked a lot in S, because I love black metal a lot. Like, I like all these bands. All of them. Every single one. But Windir's just the best. So yeah, let me know down below how you would rank these bands. I'd put the link in the description as well, so you can do it at home. And yeah, hope you have some fun. And we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.